I think I'm live. Hello, Susan. I can see you. Hello there. And Assad. Assad said the land where the first Christian and Muslim communities were established. God bless. Yes, Assad, it's funny you mentioned that because one of the topics I'll be talking about right now is also religion. Okay, if you guys can hear me and see me, I'll start because this one is going to be a short one. I'm just going to talk and leave, okay? Yeah, the reason why I decided to come here and just talk is because I've been quiet for a bit for a while, actually. I didn't want to talk about it because, you know, when it's about your home, you just feel, some type of way. Um, sorry, some type of way because it's really personal. And hey, Lenx, thank you for joining. I just started, so you didn't miss much. I was just talking about, can you guys hear me? Just confirm for me before I continue talking. Tell me if you can hear me and see me. Okay, just text me. I'll start. So anyways, as you can see from the title that I just want to talk about something, and from the flag, it's about my country, Ethiopia. And yes, we can, good. Thank you, Nigerian Jeffrey. So yeah, I basically I've been quiet for a while. Oh, I think there's a car passing by. I'm sorry, it's disturbing you. I've pushed on like being quiet. I didn't want to talk about it because I thought I would get emotional talking about my country, what's going on, and I just wanted to be patient and be optimistic and hope that everything will turn out for the better. And I didn't say anything about it till now. It's been going on for a while. Basically, what's happening is people are killing each other. Like yeah, there are tribalism is big in Africa. It's not just an Ethiopia thing, by the way. It's just tribalism has been happening everywhere in the world, and it is just the worst thing, especially in Africa, because for all they care, for the rest of the world, we are all the same. All of us are the same. We're just black, but like us, we find a way to fight and say you're from this tribe. Like it's so ridiculous, and everybody has their truth, and I wouldn't say you know nobody can, like nobody has a legitimate question when it comes to maybe some tribes were marginalized. That's not a lie, they were, but it was not only one tribe, it was a lot of tribes. And if the question is, were there unjust, unfair things going on? Of course there were. But when it comes to now, fast forward to 2020, why are we killing each other off? Like already other nations are killing us, like no, if we don't unite, it's really bad for us. And what's worse is, like, I'm here trying to get everybody together. I'm like, Africa unite, pan-Africanist, the diaspora community, African, let's come together. And then I turn around in my own country, there's tribalism and people are fighting and people are killing each other. And it's sad for me to see, because like we have a good example of Rwanda. What is there to look forward to in killing each other? The only thing we can do is, when two people fight and one of them gets hurt and one of them dies, guess who takes over? None of them. Somebody else, the outsider, will come and take their land, take their place, take their resources. So if we're not going to act straight, trust me, we're going to regret it. So okay, before I start blabbering, let me tell you why I finally said enough is enough. I need to talk about this. This is happening in Ethiopia and it's not fair, and it needs to stop, and we need to just talk about it and figure it out, because this is not it, So yesterday I saw on the news that a certain group of people went and attacked a diplomat in UK, in somebody else's country, not even just in Ethiopia. Some groups, they call themselves at least Kero. So they went and attacked these people, these diplomats, and it's the British police that were protecting the Ethiopians from the Ethiopians. And I was like so shocked. I couldn't believe that this is happening, like I'm like, For real? Now we've gotten to the extent of killing each other outside of Ethiopia, at least attempting. How awful is that? How is the world like? How would the world look at us? And we used to be like our unity, the way we conquered the Italian colonial power, all the positive things, the Rastafaris, the way they see us, and other African countries also looked up to us when it was, back in the days when we fought the Italians and then we won. That's how everything started, and people rebelled and said, why are we in chains when our brothers or sisters are free? So that gave a motivation. So we somehow, our ancestors showed some kind of unity to a point where they pushed back, and then now us inside the country, because of tribal differences, we're killing each other. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm even talking about this, but this is happening and it just needs to stop, period. Like, if there was a group that was marginalized, now is the time to make sure that they have equality, correct? And let's make that happen, and let's have a talk, let's have a conversation, and make sure that they are compensated. By killing your brother and sister that they don't even have anything to do with it, that's your neighbor. What's sad is, just like what we heard in Rwanda, and we thought it was so far away. It's like, wow, it happened in Rwanda. I used to think it just happened really far away, but when you hear stories in my own country now, neighbors are killing each other. The people, they knew each other for years and years, friends. Are you serious? This is where we are right now. It's very disappointing, very disappointing. And the thing that gets me more like angry is the fact that the political leaders, the elites, the ones that are supposed to be smart geniuses, the ones that are supposed to lead us, they're not saying anything about it. Why are they there? What I heard is, no group is claiming these people that are killing their neighbors and killing a certain group, certain tribes, certain religions. They're also targeting Christians, and they're also killing certain groups like Amhara. Even their own tribes they're killing if you happen to be a Christian. So these people have leaders. We all have leaders, at least so-called leaders. There are spiritual leaders. How come they're not intervening? How come they're not saying anything? Even the ones that are saying, okay, it's not from us. These groups don't represent us. Okay, if you're saying this group don't represent you, why not condemn it? Why aren't you not condemning it? We're not even hearing leaders say that what is happening is bad, believe it or not. It's really unfortunate, and it is disheartening, like, especially when you're fighting for African unity and let's bring Africa together so that we get to a better place and we live a better life than we've lived. Because come on, Africans, we've not lived the life we deserve. We didn't live like king and queens the way we deserve, correct? Am I lying? And now is the time when this revolution is coming and people are uniting, and the diaspora community, the African Americans are coming together, the African British, everybody's coming together. And then now within a country, tribes are killing each other because he's from another tribe. Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? It's really sad, and it's unfortunate now we've gotten to a place where we're even targeting people outside of Ethiopia. And I only urge the leaders, spiritual leaders, the ones that have power and they can make impact, real change, and something that we can all see. They need to stand up and do the right thing. The people need to be taken to court. They need to be held accountable. And on top of that, we need to start preaching about unity. We're all one people. Like, there's no difference just because you're Amhara, Oromo, Guragi, Gambella, Walaita. We're all the same people. We're all Ethiopians, and most of all, we're all Africans. We're all Black. For the rest of the world, we're all the same people. Just keep that in mind, okay? Nobody can look at you and say, you must be from this tribe. No one knows. Okay, the fact is, no one knows. So the sooner we realize, the sooner I think we can make some real change. And man, all I know is like this needs to stop. This is really hard. 200 plus people dying just because of tribe, burning down people's houses. Now going and hurting someone, a diplomat that, now think about the irony. They went and attacked a diplomat in UK that is working in the embassy. The embassy represents the Ethiopian people. If those same people that hurt that guy needed anything, they have to go to that, what do you call it? Consulate, right? They have to go there and they ask what they want. That's where anybody can cater to you. That's your representation there. If you want to burn down a place where it's there to help you, it's there to support you. If you need passport, if you need a renewal of anything, if you need documents, where do you get it? From the Ethiopian consulate there. And you hurt the person that's supposed to serve you. Where are you going? Aren't you Ethiopian? The person that is hurting another tribe or making a political statement. You think UK government gives a shit about you? Excuse my language. Do you think that that's the case? Anybody will care about you? If anything happens to you other than the Ethiopian government, do you think anybody will take accountability, will take anything that is from you, even your corpse? Nobody will care about you. And yet again, you go and attack the person that is there to serve you. Yo, this is really unfortunate, but I just couldn't, stay silent anymore. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. We should stop this nonsense and figure it out and have a talk. And if it's justice that we're looking for, it's not going and killing someone, harassing, burning their house. That's not how we get justice. Justice is, you get it with a dialogue. You go and ask the people that are in power, what does your brother know about justice? Like he's living in poverty with you, next to you. Like, it does not make sense. Make it make sense. This is crazy. James Young said, vent, my sister. Yeah, I'm venting because I've been holding this for a while, and this is not right. This is really not right. And we need to realize it sooner than later, because as I said, when two people fight and one is hurt, one is dead, you know who's going to come and take that position, take that land, take that house? Another person. Not these brothers that were fighting. Somebody else will come and own you. The Chinese will come and own your land. Okay, that's what they're planning for you, and you're here fighting for such a ridiculous thing. Oh my God. Let me see if you guys have anything to say before I leave. Hi, Alvin. Hi, Lynx. Hi, Nigerian Red, James Young. We see yours. Thank you, Nigerian Jeff. Susan, yes, we hear you. Thank you. I can see and hear you. Anybody has anything to say about this, or is anybody's an Ethiopian, anything to add, or do you feel me, or you're like you're not with me? Just let's just talk about it before I leave. Hello, Angel. It's been a while. Glad to have you back. Thank you, Garfield. Not your fault. Thank you. Sabla, yes. Yeah, Sabla, if you're still here, tell me, what are your thoughts on the current situations in our country? Like, where is your mind at? Where are we headed? What are your thoughts? It hurts to hear this. I see you hurting. I'm sorry. I hope they learn really quickly. Not worth it at all. Yes. Yes, it is not worth it at all. I don't even see a single benefit that can come out of this. Deals, negotiations, agreements, actual laws and policies to be put in place to help those who are marginalized. I am with that. I believe everybody's equal under the law, and everybody should be treated equally. With the same breath, though, if you're going to kill your brother because you believe there was an injustice that happened to your great-great-grandfather, Okay, so you killed him. What kind of justice did you get? Like, that's what I'm confused, at. Like, help me understand if I'm not getting anything. And I had conversations with people just to understand, just to get their point of view, because I just don't want to judge, and maybe they have a good point of view that I have not been seeing. But I heard all I heard is, one, as I told you, what sucks is people are not taking accountability for these people that are killing. What you'll hear from the same people that they claim to be part of, they tell you they're not with us. I'm like, okay, if they're not with you, can you do you condone them? No. If you don't, then why don't you publicly go out and say, we don't agree with what's happening, stop it, they're not with us, they don't align with us. They don't even say that. That tells me that they're okay with what's happening. The party leaders, the leaders that claim that this is happening under their name, but it's not, from their group of people. If you're quiet, what does that say? Like, one life is enough. Like, if one life is lost because of tribalism, that's just it. That's it. Like, we're failing. And 200 plus people, we're failing miserably, and nobody's saying anything about it. That's worse. Let's see what Kia Khalib said. I am with you. Thank you, Kia. Your name is Ethiopian, so I'm glad you agree. I'm with you. What's the solution, though? That's a good question. What's the solution, though? That's why I said I can only scream. I can only say things. But as I said, one thing, two things I think can be helpful, at least. One is saying that this is not right. Even those people that are not saying anything about it when this is happening, they need to come out and say they're using our names, but they're not from us. One step is that, because even my own friends that belong to a different tribe, I've talked to them just to understand where they're at, and they're like, we don't agree, but we don't want to say anything. But what do you mean, though? Like, if I die, I'm your friend, and you wouldn't mind if I was killed because of a radical tribalistic person kills me? You're like, but what do I say? Like, really, you have to stand up for those people. You have to say something. If you don't say anything, I will assume that you agree with it. So that is the first one. And the second one I would say is people in leadership roles, like the religious leaders, because Ethiopia is still a religious country, with the Muslim community, the Orthodox community, the Pentecostal community. It's really a religious society still. So those religious leaders, what are they doing if they're not saying this is not right? Or what's their job? They're supposed to lead the people, and where are they leading them to? So, but at the end of the day, when somebody you respect tells you something, you tend to listen. So these people need to say something, is my thought. But I don't have the answers. That's why I'm coming here and venting to you guys. Okay, let me see. I'm with you. We've always, Cal says, we've always policed ourselves, but we never worry about outsiders, which is how we got here. Yeah, it's just we're really hard on ourselves and on each other, and that's really unfortunate, because nobody care. Like, we have to understand, nobody will care for you as much as your own people. If we don't help each other and unite and say this is not right, why are you killing your brother? For what? Just give me an explanation of why you're doing it. If nobody is able to say that, yeah, like we do like do these things to ourselves, and it's really unfortunate. But I don't know. Sometimes it's too much, because you're like, can't we see the bigger picture here? Like, is it so hard to look at the bigger picture? Look, like, for once, get out of this box that you're in and look at the world. And when you look at the world, like, this is what I heard last time. There's this astronaut, they're called astronaut, right? The ones that go in spaceship and leaves the earth and do something. He was on a spaceship for 90 days, and he was saying how when he left, and like when they had this through the window, they can see after they've really went further, they can see the earth like a ball, and it's like it's glowing and it's blue and green, and it's like it puts things into perspective. It's like we're all in it together. Like it's just one piece of thing, and all of us are living in that tiny thing. When you're, when you try, I think it will help us to try to remove ourselves from this narrow, because we're looking at it just our community, just my tribe, but there are other people, they're humans too. The other tribes, they're humans too. They're all your people. So try to think outside the box and see the bigger picture. Like, okay, it's us against the world, and look at it this way. Like when they were trying to attack the embassy that is there for them to serve them, let's say they burnt it, let's say they've succeeded and killed the diplomat. When they need something, where do they go? They have Ethiopian passports. Where do they go? Answer me that simple question. So the fact that we can't take a step back and see just 2-3 days, not even months, 2-3 days, and see how will this affect me. Not being able to see that, it's just mind-boggling. I can't. Black Panther says, we know little to nothing in America as to how elections in Africa work. Ooh, it's different everywhere. But mostly, most leaders want to stay in power as long as possible. Like, let me give you an example. I'm 27 years old. Ever since I was born, there's only been one government. One government, and I only know one government, and that's how it is for you. I think that's self-explanatory. Kia, we should teach the youth respect, love, and reconciliation. I 100% agree, Kia. 100%. Like, it's only going to hurt us. Like, think about it this way. If you grow up thinking everything wrong with you, everything wrong with your culture, everything wrong with your neighbor, what kind of kid are you raising? Even when he's grown up, all he thinks about is negativity, pessimism, everything, everybody's against me. That's not a good life to live. I want to live my life like, if you don't like me, okay, but I'm not going to walk around thinking he might not like me. Why? No, I don't care. You see, like, if I'm content with myself, if I'm happy, and if I love myself, I can love you. But the parents that are teaching their kids hate, they're only bringing hatred in their kids' heart. And I think the people that will hurt more is their own kids, and they have to realize that this is not right. We should teach our kids, as you said, you said it well, we need to teach them respect and to love one another, and that's the only way I think we can move past it. Otherwise, the Chinese are coming again. The Chinese are coming. You fight and leave the land empty for them. Seriously, that's exactly what you're doing. Let me see if I missed any comments. Oh, I missed a few. Shakur Ibrahim said, we are fighting issues from hundreds of years ago. We have such long memories when it comes to tribalism, but we are so forgiving of everyone. True undernet is needed among us. Yes, Ibrahim, Shakur. Yes, it needs to come. And when I'm saying that, I don't mean that just forgive and forget. No, if there's anything, there was any wrongdoing, we have to make up for it. We have to compensate, and let's work together and feel like we belong in the community. But killing your brother, seriously, what will that bring? What will that bring? Another hatred, another cycle of, okay, you killed my brother, so what is it going to bring? I don't see anything but chaos coming out of this. Call a meeting with the tribe leaders and demand an end on the violence. What happened? Yeah, that's what I'm also recommending. Like, the leaders need to step up. This is the time for them to act like they're actual leaders, and because they're acting like they're scared. They're acting like the community will turn on me. What do you mean? You are supposed to lead them. You are supposed to tell them what's right and what's wrong. These kids are being brainwashed. These kids have the wrong idea, the wrong ideology of even themselves. So the more they know of the facts and the truth, the more they can move forward, the more they can now make a better future for themselves. But what kind of future will he have? Like after killing that person, okay, he goes to prison, and then that's a life wasted. Why would you want to waste your life when you can build your life, hustle, and get into a better position? Especially now that we're building our dam. We've built it. Actually, we've started it. It's the first filling has started, and imagine the kind of future that we will lead is definitely not going to be worse than we had before. Let's not lie to each other what kind of past we had. So when we see a beacon of hope, why do we have to ruin it? You know? Michael says, maybe the government, did I miss anything? Wait, yeah. Maybe the government have to keep a distance from religion like Orthodox or Muslim and put human rights first. I think the society in Ethiopia and people in general are not open-minded. Okay, are you Ethiopian? I'm not sure. But how do you define open-minded? If you're trying to say they're religious, yes, we're deeply religious, very religious. And I think that kind of helped us very much as well. You can say, maybe, as you said, you can call it you're not that open-minded, but you can also see it as in, for example, you can see other African countries. They're mostly westernized now. Like I currently live in Kenya, and I see the footprint. Like I can see how the West has really influenced Kenya, you know, or they have this influence of westernization, modernization. And it comes, thing with westernization, modernization is it comes with pros and cons. The pros are, yes, you get opportunities, you get to experience things, and you have more opportunities and you know more, right? But the cons are you lose your identity. You're slowly losing your culture, trading your culture to that Hollywood scenario, like Hollywood industry, whatever they're pushing. I'm not saying Ethiopia is not there yet. Ethiopia is headed that way. Definitely the younger generation. Trust me. It's like, yeah, influence thanks to social media and, you know, cell phones and internet being accessible. We are on that way, but not as much because of, you know, being stuck to the religion, the culture. We still, like, fully at least have not detached from that, and that I think also can be a good thing and a bad thing again. So it's the way you look at it. I don't mind that we're religious people. I thought it helped us become, like, you know, work together and live together. But now certain groups are showing some kind of signs which does not align with what we've seen so far, I guess. Yeah, Michael, to answer you, it was not a question, yeah? Your point. Block Panther says, it seems that Rwanda is a good example of unity after being divided. Correct. And also that we can learn a lot from the before and after from Rwanda. What was the before? The before was gruesome. The before was really hard to even talk about. And after seeing that, like, the reason why people study history is because the more you know your history, the more you can, you know, predict your future, or you can at least avoid some kind of pitfalls. So we've seen history showed us it didn't work for Rwanda. It didn't work for Kenya. Kenya faced the same thing, not to the same degree and extent as Rwanda, but they did. And this should show us that it's not the way to go at all. I won't win, you won't win, nobody will win. So yeah, Rwanda should be a great example. Unfortunately, what they went through should teach all of us why we should not be tribalistic, period. Yeah, Garfield said, Rwanda has come a long way. Indeed, Ethiopia can also. That's really my hope. And Blog Panther said, take what is useful from the West and East, throw the rest away. Perfect. That is, you said it best. Yeah, you can take what will benefit you, and then you leave out what does not go along with your culture, with your identity. You know, not everything the West does is, you know, the best thing. You know, they discover science and now they're going back and even fighting with science, with, you know, the issue with gender and this and that, and now they're going against science. And so even them, they sound like they're confused. So just take in what works, what would work for us, because you see, not everything will work the same way it worked somewhere else. We're all different, you know, different people, different DNA, different melanin, different upbringing, different weather even. We have different a different lifestyle, and you only take what works for you, and the rest you're like, thank you. The garbage is right there. I don't want to take it. And yes, you are right. I agree with you. What else? What else? You're so Kemo said, you're so right about knowing your past because America is looking like 1937 Germany. Yeah, you need to know your past for you. Like history is really important. You see, like we have such a short life that you can't keep exploring, like you can't keep discovering for yourself and knowing and thinking. Some things are already in books. Some things your ancestors have lived it for you. Some things you just, somebody lived it so you can hear that lived experience and you can learn from it. You don't have to go through everything yourself. Like, why do I have to go to live a hell on earth when somebody already lived it and they could tell me, by the way, I took route A and this happened, so keep an eye out. I'm like, okay, thank you, God bless, and I could just avoid that pitfall. So yeah, history can teach us a lot, and we definitely need to pay attention and, you know, better our circumstances, because if we don't, trust me, other nations won't. Like, all they see is they look at Africans like resources with some people in it. So just keep that in mind. James Young Wengen for president? No, not at all. No, no, no. But thank you. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm done with what I have to say. I really vented. I feel better, you guys. My goodness, this is how other YouTubers feel after they come and do a live. I feel them. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for your comments, for having a conversation with me. I really appreciate it. If there's anything, oh, I see. Okay, I see a comment, and then I'll leave. Black Panther, Ethiopia, a good starting place for those of us in the diaspora. Ethiopia is a good starting place. Are you asking me if it's a good place for diasporas? If that's the question, yes, I do believe it's a good place for a diaspora. And like, we're really hospitable and we love foreigners. We respect people. And if you're Black, don't worry. I get these questions all the time. Like, sorry, I get this question. Yeah, sorry. I get this question all the time. Like, how will they treat us as a Black American or, you know, a Black British person if we come? And I'm like, no, they will treat you like you're one of us. Like, all we see is the color. We're like, ah, okay. So that's it. Like, so it's fine. You can come. Michael, yes, of course, it takes time, but people sometimes too religious forget the principles like love, forgiveness, and so on. We have, by our history and experiences, built Ethiopia a better place for everyone. Yes, I agree with you. And yes, people, yeah, our nature is like that, I guess. But we have to remind ourselves that forgiveness can only help us. You see, when you don't forgive someone, it's you. Whenever you're going to sleep, it'll keep you up at night. You're always thinking about vengeance. You're always like, how do I get my revenge? And you hurt yourself. But through my personal experience, like, if I forgive someone, I forgive them and I live my life. I don't think about it. I'm smiling. But whenever I have I hold a grudge, that's when I suffer. Probably the other person is not even thinking about me. Like, that's the reality. They're not even thinking about me, and I'm here sitting dwelling. It's not going to help none of us, especially the person that is holding that grudge and not forgiving. Yeah, thank you. Keep it up, Wengil. Thank you, Kalimi Kimo. Poor fellow, peace to you, dear sister. Much love. Peace to you too, fellow. Tenny Greeny. Your leaders need to be replaced. Drop the separation. Live and let live. Read Brainwashed by Tom Burrell. How can the ADOS? What is that? Return back. Oh, African diaspora. Return back home. Okay, I will read it. When I come back. I'll see the chat and I'll read it. Thank you. I hope it's not long, because I have a long list of books I need to read before December. Maybe if I don't finish, I'll read it next year. If it's really short, I'll read it. When will you post or go live again? I'm trying to do this live thing every week at least once on Tuesdays. That's the plan so far. I don't think I'll change the plan, but if I do, I'll tell you. But next week, Tuesday, today is Tuesday, right? Yeah. Next week, Tuesday, same time probably. I'm going to come live and then talk a little bit, vent if I need to, have a talk with you, have a chat with you, and leave. But posting, I promise I'll try to be consistent. I have not been. Most of you might know, like I contribute to Philip's channel, African Diaspora News channel, and I'm doing like a daily show for him. So I've been focusing on that, but I would now focus both in both places, and I'm trying to do more. Of maybe like informative things that we can learn and talk about and have a discussion on, like once a week, and then maybe a live. So one live, one video you should expect from me, and hold me accountable if I don't do it. Okay, let me see if there's anybody that I missed. It's been a while since I saw you. Glad you're back. Thank you, Garfield. Susan, thank you very much. God bless you always. Thank you, Susan. God bless you too. Michael, God bless you. The debate helped to resolve some problems. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you, Michael. And Kelly, what Garfield said. Okay, thank you, Kelly. Thank you guys so much for being here with me and hearing me talk, and just, I'm sure I said a lot, but it helped. I honestly feel better after talking. And yeah, I will say, okay, let me read. Looking to you as our Ethiopian resource. Okay. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on another live next week, hopefully, God willing. Tuesday, same time. And you should expect a video maybe next week. But going forward, I commit, I will pump out more videos. So yeah, Aaron, excellent content that you doing. Yeah, sister. Thank you so much, Aaron. Okay, guys, I'm off. Have a blessed day. I don't know what time it is where you are. Have a blessed day. For me, it's like evening. So blessed day, blessed evening. I'll see you next time. Bye.